Welcome back to the firehouse scene for some more fire lion reasoning, as it was. Before we get into the reasoning tonight from Firehouse, I think it should be explained that as a fire lion, I and I walk alone. Understand? I do not walk with friends or any group. Understand? Because I have to be able to be totally independent or undetached. I am like death. There is no emotion in the truth that I speak. You understand? There is no compromise. Not even with my mother, father, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, grandmother, niece and nephew and daughters. No one at all. You understand? So, fire lion do not compromise when it comes to truth. Fire lion is like death itself. Trust me. Emotionless when it comes to delivering the truth. That means the lion will deliver the truth equally to both male and female, black and white, you know what I mean, Chinese and Japanese and whatever you want to call it, label yourself. Because like I tell you, as a fire lion, I don't deal with them all these different nationality. Your nationality has been removed totally. Even your physical form has been removed. You are nothing more than a spirit. That's all you are to a fire lion, you know what I mean? To somebody else you might be what you say you are, like a Jew or a Greek or Japanese, you know. To them you might be that, or even to yourself. But to a fire lion you are nothing more than what you are, a spirit. And within you dwell the terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, the High General. And the fire lion is an apprentice of that one. You know what I mean? No, there's no way like I tell a human being of defeating that. But forget about that one. Let us get on to some current subject here that is in the news currently now in England. Julian Assange has been granted what do they call it? Asylum today. And now I think the British are threatening to storm the Ecuadorian embassy, as it was. But I have seen a situation here in England in the 80s, where from the Libyan embassy, somebody out there shot a policewoman. I think she was called Yvonne Fletcher. I wonder how that family feel now when they hear that their loved one was murdered on the street of England by somebody inside of an embassy. And their government negotiated with the Libyans at the time and sent them home. The killer as well. Yeah? And now here they are threatening to storm an embassy for a man who has done nothing more than to reveal the fact that American military establishment are murdering people for fun. You know, where is the justice in that? Where is I thought this was the land of justice and fair play and all that. You understand? When you want to go all out now with all your forces, to get a man, to make sure the man is sent to America. You know, that is outright devilism at play fully. But like I'm saying, in this time, those who have their eyes open will see the truth right in front of them. That here you have again world powers, Britain here included, American, most of these Western nations, saying that we should bring Assad down. Along with supporting them is Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar and all these other states. In Saudi Arabia, there's people protesting, but I don't hear America saying or Britain that we should harm those protesters. In Bahrain, they've been brutally suppressed, but America and Britain is not saying anything about the brutality handed out by the Bahrainian authorities and these protesters. You know what I mean? And in the other Gulf state, you know, where you support these, because they sit on island or whatever, these evil people. is supported by the West while you are busily backing people to go to Syria and kill people. Even the people that they're telling you about, Al-Qaeda. Well, where did Al-Qaeda get all this weapon in Syria all of a sudden if it's not from these very people? Because you are the one who create Al-Qaeda in the first place. To go around anywhere there is trouble, Al-Qaeda turn up, don't they? They weren't that big in Syria before, but they turn up now. They weren't that big in Iraq before, but they turn up in Iraq. And they weren't that big in... how did they get to all these places so quickly, this Al-Qaeda, and receive so much military support? Unless it's from those rich goons in America, those devils that I'm telling you about, and the devils that are here all over the Western world, these super devils. You know, I see, they always send out a little stooge devil, Mr. Pennant and no, it's Mrs. Clinton, you know, Foreign Secretary, always going around encouraging people to murder each other on this planet. You know what I mean? When is the people of the world, yeah? It's like yesterday we was asking the question, why? You know, how come and what for? When are you going to ask these questions of your world leaders? Are these idiotic people that are telling you that they are the World Court of Justice, you know what I mean, and they're seeking to prosecute those who do wrong? How come they haven't asked, right, for the people who was flying the plane that Mr. Assange exposed, and for the people who give the orders to do it? Yeah? How come you're running around prosecuting people for genocide, yeah? Don't you think that when you drop the atomic bomb on Japan in the 1940s, yeah? And I don't know how many thousands was killed, but you never drop it on a battlefield. Don't you think that is a genocide and you should be prosecuted as a nation for that? In fact, you drop 2. You know what I mean? But who is prosecuting you for all those souls that your forefathers, like I say, do? You're murderers. You inherit blood. And you're living on blood. But you must think for yourself, like I say, these evil establishment. Because, you know, don't think that anything that is going on is being missed. Everything is video, like I say, by memory. So all the evil that is going on now, you know that whoever is carrying it out is getting punished for that. You understand, God? Evil man, like I tell you, maybe the evil men, right, has been telling people on this planet, are led people to believe that they had some super secret. But you haven't got no secret. You know what I mean? Because the secret, like I tell you, of the universe is the video camera and conscience itself. You know what I mean? You have to know the workings of the inner world, like I tell you. You know, the invisible world, Mr. Devilman. Yeah? That is where I and I is working from. Me and my friend here, see him. Yeah, we work from within the inner world, where you cannot comprehend because you are too busy doing your evil, right, upon this world. Trust me. All the high devil people that when I say high devil, you see all those who are running the governmental institution, previously or presently now, all of you feel very sorry for you. Because you have to reap what you sow. You know, you must think that just because you are living the life of luxury, like I say, and you can give the orders, right, you must think that that is going to last forever. Well, obviously, you know, it don't last forever, you know. You see men like Churchill and even Mrs. Thatcher, or I don't think she know where she is, and Reagan, all powerful have to go. Powerful or weak, no matter what, but death is coming for you. Now, when death comes for you, Mr. Devilman, maybe this is the secret that you never know. You cannot die. Your soul, no soul can die. You understand? And recorded on your soul is your deeds and action, your thoughts and, you know, how you live when you was here. And obviously, like I'm telling you, there ain't no way of you defeating the one. You know, an army cannot defeat the one. We're talking spiritual powers here now. Understand? Beyond physical matter. You know what I mean? And how long can you stay in physical matter, like we say? Because the one rule at physical matter. That's why he's got that here to reap you. You know? You have to get reaped. You're sown here, and that will reap you and bring you there as well. So, like the fire lion is telling you, you know? Because I am not like I tell you, because I don't work with no one, I even care about no one at all. Single, you know? Whether they was Jesus or whether they was Buddha, no matter who the human being was, who you want to talk about, and no matter what the wisdom that you have on the planet, no matter what the holy book where you want to have, the fire lion don't care about that. You see me? No, the lion don't care about that. We know what about nothing at all. I am just telling you, see, about the one, the terrible and dreadful overlord himself that dwell within human beings. That's the one that I know about. You know what I mean? I don't know about no history and who was the first or the second man. You see? I don't know those things. I am not interested in those things. So I don't know nothing about those things. Why would the fire lion want to come and teach about things that he don't know about? You see what I mean? I get serious about things that I don't know about. I can't explain it. But I am getting serious about it. No, man, I get serious about what I know and what I can explain. You see me? And I am quite confident that I don't care if it's a billion of you human beings. I know billion, I don't know, man. 7 billion them set up on the planet or some more billion. But who care how much billion? The 7 billion of you that are on this planet, yeah? Plus whoever else is in the universe, all them beings as well. The fire lion alone is not afraid of all of them. Put together. You see what I mean? So, you are, and the reason why I'm not afraid of them, I've got a good reason not to be afraid of them. You know? Because why would one man want to go and like him is some bad man and him is some hard, you know, spiritually. But spiritually, no, I am not afraid of them. Because the only way you could defeat me, you have to defeat my master, the terrible and dreadful overlord himself. And I know for definite that there is no force within this universe that can test that one. Understand? So why should I have any fear of any human being? You see what I mean? When you know the truth, why should you have any fear of any human being? So I don't have no fear of no human being. You know what I mean? Sorry about the blip there. No, the fire lion don't have any fear about no human being. And the fire lion don't have no problem telling the human being the truth in this time. You see what I mean? Because I am the one who know the truth. You can go, like I say, right? And go and argue with yourself as to why I think that I know the truth. Don't worry about that. And don't worry, like I say, if God is going to punish me, I will get punished in it for talking what I don't know or claiming to know what I don't know. That is not your problem. Leave that to the fire lion. You know? So if I like me say, when I say that I am what I am what I am. You see what I mean? So I don't need, like I say, to take instruction from no being. I come to give instruction to beings. And they have to obey those instructions. Instructions are not mine still, you know. These are the instructions of my master, the terrible and dreadful overlord himself. So if I tell you that you have to live self-discipline to know the one, that's exactly how it goes. There is no other way. You could try a trillion different things. You would never know the one unless you do what I tell you. Or any other being tell you that who is living, you know, because I am not the only man who is living honestly and good, you know. But I am the only one who's seen the terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, the High General. Does that sound braggish? There is no bragging that still. But that's exactly why I and I is the fire lion. Asama. And that's exactly why, you know, like I would tell you, you would find that I am a fearless man then, in the fact that I don't have to work with anyone or work with any books. You see me, I check out any of those kind of things. You see what I mean? Because I rely totally on the one that dwell within. No one else or nothing else. You see what I mean? So, because I am with that one then, I work with that one, I am totally fearless then, innit? And that anything that I tell any human being is a fact. It's not a fact because I say so. It's a fact because the one says so. If you know what I mean. I can reflect the one like when you see, like I tell many people before, like when the sun is shining, if you have a clean mirror, you can reflect it. If you have a clean mind, you can reflect the one that dwell within. This one is within all. You see, it's the ruler of the whole entire universe. Not your little, well, like you can see now, and how we open the reasoning about Assad and those kind of thing, and what's happening in Syria, and what these who call themselves Americans are. They are not the rulers of this universe. They are deluded human beings, evil and sick. You know what I mean? And this is the time for you to realize this, that you are being ruled over by evil. You better grasp it serious. You ever hear about good and bad? That exists for real. Yeah? And you have good and bad spirit. Yeah? Those exist for real and they cause real evil. This is a real war. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know how to fight this war here though? The war is not saying we're going to pick up any arm. You see, this war, the war of understanding then, is not to go out and say pick up any guns and fight against the oppressive system. Because the war is really a war within yourself. You understand? There's a little devil in you that you need to overcome. You see what I mean? Never mind what you see going on in the world. Yeah, we know Mr. Obama and those men or whatever men you want to point at. You can see their faults. Yeah, but you ever hear the reasoning yet about, I think them say Jesus say, that before you pick the beam out of your brother eye, make sure you pick it out of yours. You see what I mean? So as a human being then, it is necessary for you then to buckle thy own devil within thyself. You know what I mean? Which is usually Mr. Ego, as they call this little devil, who is perpetrating as the real you, are pretending to be you when he's not you still, but just a character that has been implanted, you know, from youth. So you end up going on all egoistic and having all kind of weird kind of, you know, behavior and all that thing. So that is what you need to examine within yourself. You know what I mean? That's where the fight is. To defeat, the fight is not against the outer world. The fight is within thy own self. You know? Your greatest enemy is yourself, and you have to defeat that enemy within before you can understand what is going on outside. You understand? Because if you don't defeat this enemy within yourself, then those who are outside now will easily deceive you. You know what I mean? And then you'll always be pointing a finger where you'll always be able to see the other evil people in the world without recognizing that you are one of them. Because you don't have to be a killer to be wicked. Your thoughts can pervert you. So are you examining, you know, what kind of thoughts you have, what sentiment run within your being? Who are you, so like I say, examine who are you supporting within this time? You know, are you making a stand within this time? Because there's a lot of, like I say, there's a lot of unjust cause going on at the moment. There's many you could pick on, you know what I mean? You're not going to see it if you're watching BBC television, you know what I mean? But you could switch up to RTR, you know? And or go to your internet and get a little wider view of what is going on in the world and see where your sentiment lies. Where do your sentiment lie now, like I say with this Julian Assange case, where we have an innocent man now been hounded by half the world, as I would see it, you know, for revealing evil. So, where do you stand as a human being? No, you say to yourself, wait, these people are these people are wicked, man, real wicked. And everybody, who are these people in America now? There can't be any, the people in America, whoever the system that is wanting Assad, right? There can't be any decent human being. There can't be God-loving, you know, moral, upstanding, can there? Because otherwise, if there was, the first thing they would want to do is to prosecute their own men who did this. You understand? But I'm telling you, that empire that you are supporting and calling America is the devil empire. There ain't no other devil in no other under this guise more than those people who are running, and all those who work for them and cooperate with them, whether they want to call themselves CIA, FBI, or just vampires, bats, killers, murderers. And those who are not in the murderous part of it support it anyway with whatever it's doing. Whether it's flying drone and killing, I don't know how many they kill by drone daily, these murderers. You know, all they do kill people and say it's terrorists. If you have a party, they come and drop a missile, you know. Or if they see a funeral gather. You know, people in those parts sometimes like to have a funeral and let off a few shots in the air. Well, the next thing they'll have a missile visiting them by these crazy killers from America, killing machine. You know what I mean? And they sit there in what they call the Senate, all these puffed up old devils who have no goodness in their heart. You know what I mean? They'll vote at the drop of a hat to send their military men to go and kill other people or bully other people all over the world to sustain your evil empire. You know what I mean? With all your rest of crony in Europe here, you know what I mean? Just like how you conquer Africa before and drain it out of everything and still have your class in it. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, your judgment, my friend, shall be dreader than dread. You know? That's from the other day I've been saying, right? To all evil and wicked men. Real evil men I'm talking about now. And I want anyone, like I say, that pick it up on the internet. Because I know wicked man is always scrutinizing. So like I say, when you scrutinize this video, yeah, wicked man, I'm talking to all you who is wicked and evil within your own self. You are the one that I'm from the other day I've been warning, especially. Because I want to know to myself, you can't be that intelligent though. You know, like... You know, like when they have these, you have some people in spy agency in it, and they call them intelligence officer. Or I don't know what you mean by calling these people intelligent officers. Because there is no intelligence, like I'm telling you, in any of your organization. Evil, right? Evil is not a forward step, it's a backward step. So when you hear evil men telling you about intelligence officer, and you are thinking, oh, these are some good people, you know, they're very, you know, these are no intelligence officers, these are intelligent devil men carrying out evil works on behalf of the devilish system. And yet they are telling you that they are intelligence officer. Are they working undercover? You're right, you're working undercover. You know? Only a devil work undercover. And have things in secret. You know? I'm telling you. I don't, like I say, I don't know who you're having things in secret from. This amazes the fire lion, you know what I mean? That any being, how idiotic, unintelligent. Well, when you are in the dark, you know, anything goes down there. I know that. But because so many people are in the dark now, they are convinced by this idiot here, who is telling them that he can keep secret, or even trying to convince himself that he can keep secret from the terrible and dreadful one, or even trying to convince people that this one don't exist, and it's him himself now who rule the earth, and is the intelligence in it. You know what I mean? And him have I like to say, he have some other little idiots that they call scientists, yeah, who explain away what they call the workings of the universe. Well, just because they're in the dark. You always think you are in the light, like I say, because you go to what they call them great study place, like in England here, Oxford and Cambridge and Eden, and in America, Yale and some other stupid place where they go to learn idiocy. But when they go there now, they think that they are up in their mind, they are illuminated, you know. No, all you've done, right? All that you've done when you go there is to be educated into more idiocy. You know what I mean? But because the world is an idiotic place run by idiots and devil, they reward you for your idiocy. Make sure you have a good idiotic job as a scientist. That you can't even be honest, because they are the one who is backing you to do your scientific research. So you just have to be like a little robot, but because you're well paid. You see, that's how devilism works. They make sure they reward those who are willing to sell their soul. You don't even realize that's what you're doing, but lose your soul into idiocy. They make sure that you're well rewarded, innit? So that you can live in a nice building. You know what you call house. It could be a 40 bedroom, don't mind about that. Still a building. And you have a swimming pool and 2 private jet and 2 ocean going cruise and thing, you know. But how could you sell your soul for that? You know, that is just stupidness, isn't it? I tell you what then, if a man was offering me the world, right, with everything in it, all the diamond and gold, you know, to behave that way, I say, you must be an idiot, Bridget. Trust me, I wouldn't do that, man. Stupid. But I know that many of you will gobble that up, innit? Because you think for yourself, oh, there is no sense in this universe, in it. It's like the scientists say, it's just a big bang, you know what I mean? And it's accidental. So we should just eat our belly full, you know what I mean? And follow the ways of the devil, you know. And when I'm saying the devil, you know, I'm talking about those men who are those men like the Pope and big religious men who organize you into herds. Yeah, and have you following any story that they feed you? You know, like when you have your animals in the field, right? You go and give them hay. You feed them on hay and all that. But it's the same way these religious institutions or whatever. Get these humans, have them in the field and feed them the same feeding all the time. Lord, just what, yeah, that's suitable for animals. Because I'm not saying that man is not an animal, but you've done you're more than a dumb beast then. But you're living like a dumb beast. You must think the fact that because you build 2, like I say, aeroplane and so forth, and you have mobile phone and iPad and all these things, that you are advanced. You are not advanced, you are backward. Devilism can never be advanced. Evil cannot be advanced. It is a backward step. That is what has stopped this planet from growing or advancing. Because of evil men. And you cannot see, for instance, that doesn't matter where, like I tell you, in the world, you have any system set up as court, international court or whatever. These places are fraud. The men and women who are working and running them are working for a negative force. Positivity has never run the planet, people. Wake up. It's been ruled over from I don't know when, long time, by the negative force. Can you see that? Why don't you admit that? This is what I don't like about human beings. You're so cowardly and afraid, you know what I mean? All somebody could do, like I can say anything, all they can do is kill me. I can only die once, and I can't die anyway. And you'll be very sorry if you ever touch a fire lion, you know what I mean? You better let me die naturally, that's better for you. You know, better for you if I die naturally in the fire, more than for you to, you know what I mean, do certain things. But right now you don't have to be afraid. You know, everyone should be able to come out now and just speak out naturally. You see what I mean? This is the time, like I'm telling you, for you to know yourself and to realize that you've been ruled over by devils. Now is the time, like I would say now. I don't because it's Jamaican independence. I see them running a competition. Excuse me. Them running a competition saying something like, oh, the 50 greatest Jamaican. You know, well, like I say, I don't follow no one, you know. I'm not a man who follow man. But if I was ever going to vote, say, yeah, man, that Jamaican, the man, you know, it will be definitely the Right Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Have you ever heard of Marcus Garvey? He's a bad Jamaican. Go and find out about him if you don't know about him. And when you read about him, then you will realize why the Lions say he's a bad Jamaican. Yeah. When I say he was bad, you know, he never killed anyone. Yeah. And he wasn't a singer either. You know? And he never killed anyone, but he was very, very bad in my opinion. A real bad boy. Well, that is them kind of lineage that the Fire Lion come on, but we even more fierce and badder, you understand? Because with Marcus there now, he's a bad general, Marcus. But because he was working with followers, they betrayed him. You know, and those kind of things. Seem like what thing they say happened to the brother called Jesus. But you don't know Fire Lion don't work with no one. Yeah, my disciples are invisible, you know, like determination, willpower, honesty and purity of mind and intention and all those, and humbleness and that. Those are my disciple and fearless and them bridging there, you know? So you don't know and don't see no disciple. I don't work with man. That's why I say I don't beg friend. I deal with any friend. Because when I'm speaking, either the whites are going to get upset. Yeah? The black might get upset. Some woman I get upset. Some man I get upset. But I don't care who get upset. So me just ram short and writes down you human being. I me not care whether me like me say I run into you in this dimension or the next, or any other aliens who is out there when them running at the Fire Lion. Cause we are the law, defending the law. Like I said, it don't seems because people are in the dark down there, following those wicked and, well, evil in the dark. You don't understand. They cannot see that there is a law within the universe. So they must think that their law now is the only law. But your law is not the only law. Your law is the law of men who are living in darkness. And that is why you can see you always have to make amendment to the law. You make it up as you go along because it's not real. But the law that I'm telling you about, you don't have to make it up. It's permanent throughout the universe. Before I was born, that law was running. You see what I mean? You don't have to write it down and like how you write down your life. This law is natural law. But you cannot know this law yourself if you are living down there in the darkness. You know what I mean? And believing what these murderers are telling you and supporting them in their murderous behavior. You know what I mean? Voting for them, electing them, saluting them, saying, yes sir, no sir. No, you have to unmask them and realize. When are you going to realize, like I say, that this earth is one earth? It's simple, innit? We should all live as one. If ants can understand this and live as one, even though there's a lot of them, like I said, it baffles me, right, how you big brain humans cannot figure this out and can never come together. And you're so clever, yeah, and yet you let negativity separate you into different beings, black, white, or nationalities. And you, like I said, the Olympics just finished. You could see the idiocy of it clearly. Where are these people? Oh, Jamaica win gold, Britain win gold, you know, USA win gold, Russia win gold. And all this is just to reinforce stupidity and nationalism and pride in you so that you stay separated. You know what I mean? All this nationalistic business about, you know, it's not just the man them performing, it's used more to cause the whole country get excited, innit? They talk about we win gold. That time they don't win nothing, again in nothing. It's just a rich man organize it, who make all of the money out of it and have all the rights to the games and what merchandise come out of the game. And then they're telling you it's the people's game. It's not the people's game. It's the devil's game. And it's the devil's game to keep you amused and confused. You know, while it entertain. You love entertainment, don't you? I think the humans, you love entertainment so much, right, that the devil then love putting on entertainment, man. Yeah, but back in the days of the Roman, like we say before, they used to do it in the arena, you know, because human beings, gullible human beings that are in the dark, right, they will settle for any entertainment. If two men thumping each other to death, chopping each other to death, doing it, two dogs fighting, killing each other, anything, people having sex, doing whatever, because your soul, it's like you think human beings then. And when I say human being, I'm talking of you at a certain age. Forget about young people. You must think then that the purpose of your life was to come into life for entertainment and party in it. Like I say, let's have sex, drink and be merry in it. And then kill and murder and all those kind of things and rape in it. I say, there is no meaning in this life, man. But what I'm saying to you, it will be good if you find some meaning soon. Because you might not realize that there is any meaning. But the fire lion, like I say, because we don't deal with them. I like to deal with about a 25,000 million quillion % certainty. You know, rather than 100%. I like a big old million certainty, that this life that you are living is no accident and no coincidence, you know what I mean? And that life have meaning, and that there's consequences to action, you know what I mean? And that furthermore, when the mighty general, that's what I like to call it, because God put him in command of this dimension, you know, bad boy himself, I've been to visit him. Yeah, I've been to visit the mighty day, because I'm a fire lion, I must encounter him in it. Well, anyway, when he come to remove you, yeah, you go on to, not what you are thinking, what you are so terrified, like you're going to be zoom and blackout. No, you're going on there to, whatever you've been doing here, so please remember what you're doing. You know, when you're doing whatever you're doing on this planet here, to whoever you're doing it, remember it, you know. And the only way that you can escape out of what you've done or you've been doing is to change your ways. You know, like how they say cancel your debt. Alright, let's say you kill 100 man or 200, don't matter, or 300 man, you know, and you want to cancel your debt. You better stop killing people straight away, realize it's wrong, and never kill anyone from that again, seriously. Yeah? And do what is right. And all those people that you kill will be cancelled. So for all you wicked human beings, then, even you really evil, I'm talking, you see how easy Jah will forgive you. Yeah, man. Forgiveness is easy, you know, but you have to earn it. You know what I mean by earn it? That means it doesn't matter about any human wrongs that you've done, man. Just admit that what you've done is wrong and change your ways, and you're forgiven for all that you've ever done. And if you chop out 3,000 man head, Jah know that. Because those 3,000 man head that you cut off cannot die. See, they just gone on, you know. So for you to earn forgiveness, man, like I say, you have to earn it, you know. Don't bother wait until you're going to die, you know. Like I see the devils have you, those in the dark. When they're about to die, they call priests and they making a confession and begging forgiveness. That's too late, man. That ain't going to help you, you know what I mean? Forgiveness is something that you have to earn through actions. You see what I mean? So all you do then, you realize that today you are a murderer, a liar and thief. You just stop it and start behaving good. That's the good action that will earn your forgiveness. Live like that until the mighty death come to remove you to the next side, and you will be forgiven. But if you don't take action about the wrongs that you are doing, you know what I mean? Don't let anyone fool you and talk about, oh, the Lord will be merciful. Why be merciful unto the merciless? You know, there is no mercy like that. If you want the mercies of God, right, all you have to do is stop the little lying and the little hating and greeding that you're doing. You must know in your heart. Anybody who hear this video firing from near the edge of the cliff, right, you must know within yourself, right, as a human, because I know human beings, all human beings from within. I don't say I know what you are thinking in your mind, but I know the setup. So I know that for definite you know your own faults, you know, within your own being. Every human know that. So what I'm saying, why don't you make effort to correct those faults? Don't hide from them, you know what I mean? Confront them. That is the devil within that we say we have to confront. Don't run away from yourself, you know what I mean? If you are dishonest, just admit that you are dishonest. Nothing wrong with that. But when you admit this now you can do something about it. So be truthful to yourself. You don't have to be truthful to the fire lion, you know. Like I say, I don't have followers. And why would you want to be truthful to me? I am nobody, like I tell you before. You know, my job I have to do alone, you know what I mean? I can't have friends or even women, it don't look like them way there, you know what I mean? But I'm not bothered about that, because I love what is right and what is correct. And when you love the truth, I tell you something, you listen to music. You know when you hear music, right? Music that you love and it pleasure you. You're not doing it for no reason, eh? You just because you love it. So that is the same way the fire lion love the truth. Because we feel it like how we feel music, but just about 1 trillion billion% more sweeter than when you know music. And you know when music hit you, how sweet it feel. Well, when the truth hit the fire lion, right, it's about 1 billion more sweeter than when we feel. And you know, I love music, trust me. Nothing moves me more than music. Roots rock, roots reggae music, you know, that sing about spiritual truth and rights. That is the music that I love, that touch my soul. You know what I mean? So in the physical, I will move to that and feel joyous to that. You understand? But in the mental, when we see the truth, you don't know, that is just pleasure and joy, totally, you know what I mean? But we're not seeking the truth for anything. Just like we don't seek music for nothing. We just play it because it's lovely. So that's the same thing. We love truth because it's lovely. You know what I mean? So it's not a matter of we desire anything. I do not desire anything from truth more than to follow truth and love it up all the time, drink it up. You know, like how a man love alcohol and him, like I said before, drink a whole heap and get drunk and get stupefied. Yeah, we like to drink, the fire lion like to drink up a lot of truth and get stupefied. Understand? And feel nice about the truth, you know. Obviously, the man in the dark will not accept the truth. But this is not about fire lion, it's not about accepting the truth. No one has ever accepted what I tell them anyway, but I don't care, because the truth is the truth. I am not the truth, you know. The truth will exist whether I say so or not. Yeah, but just because I have an obligation to human beings who are my brothers, because I know it, so I must say it. It would be selfish to know it and retain it within oneself and don't share it. So lovely. What I mean, it's so lovely that I wish every human being, man, could tune into the truth, man. Yes, that is my desire. That is why I sit in front of a camera, because anyone is paying me like the bishop, you know. Yes, I am not Archbishop Fire Lion, you know, getting well paid, you know what I mean, to sit in front of a camera and spit. No, I don't get any pay. I do it for the pleasure. And I am not speaking for when anyone hear it to think, oh, you can go and join ITAL school. You know, we're not advertising for any student, you know what I mean. I don't have any student, like I said. I look like I am too fiery for student, you know what I mean, because you have to love truth with your heart and your mind and your soul. I don't have time. I'm a man who don't even like hearing idle chat. You know? So you might even upset me if you come around talking idle chat, and I have to tell you that, brethren, I don't want no idle chat around my house, you know. Then you're going to feel upset, innit? Because you just want to talk and you don't know that I am burning fire 24/7 and would rather talk about truth and right all the blood clot time, as I would put it. You know what I mean? I don't have time for diversion, you know. If I even watch all the Olympics, I watch that in silent while my music was running. World Cup, anything going on, movie, anything, you know. Silence. We prefer to reason and talk, so not many people want to tolerate that kind of, you know, which is fair enough. I don't mind. That's why I say I don't have friend. I keep any particular friend, because people will get upset at any particular time about whatever reason they hear if it don't suit them, innit? And I'm telling people, I'm not here to speak anything that is going to suit any particular one. Truth is like sunshine, it just shine. You know, you either accept it or you don't, but it's shining anyway. So that's what I'm saying when I'm delivering truth. I do not care who I tell the truth to, you know. Whether you want to say if you is not a jungle man like we call the black man, them, or if you is a China man or a white man or whoever man you are, because the fire lion is the teacher of all man. You know, fire lion is not limited like say, oh, I am limited to this man and teach that man. No, man. I is the teacher of all man. I am the teacher of all religion. If you're a Christian, I am your teacher. If you're a Muslim, Hindu, whatever you want to call your name, I am your teacher. You know who I am is? I am is the terrible and dreadful one, you know, not the fire lion. I am. He is the one that dwell in all. I am his apprentice. So if he is the teacher of all, so am I. You see how it works? Yes, man, because he's the one that teach me that. So I am the teacher of all souls. I'll call you blood clot human. All souls that come out of woman. See? I and I is the teacher for you. Obviously, you will realize this when, like I say, when you come from out of the dark. And don't forget, like I'm saying, you know, it's not that we're bragging that, oh, when you come, all human beings was in the dark. I was in the dark once myself. You have to leave from the dark to come to the light. You weren't born with the light, you know. It's something you have to earn. You have to work for it. You see what I mean? You have to do something to come out of the dark. You don't have to do a great deal. All you have to do is stop the negativity that you're doing in the dark. You know what I mean? Whether it's lying, cheating, you know, hating and doing those kind of things. Those are the kind of things that you have to stop. And we get caught up in the dark then, alright then. Say when I was in the dark, I'll give you an example then. How we can get caught up in the dark then, without us really knowing that is what happened to us. When I was a youth in Jamaica, see, all the men that I know had 4 or 5 women. I never know anyone really with one woman. So naturally when I see this now, I thought to myself, good. When I grow up, I'm going to have 4 or 5 women as well. So for that reason now, when I start sexual relationship, I wasn't faithful to one woman. I look kind of soft, yeah. So I was living like that right up until I was 27. Which when I check it out now, that kind of living, I don't know where it come down from, but it's a behavior for the men, for black men then, yeah, in general. Because it's not only black men alone who do that, but looking from what we call the black man perspective, it look like this is what used to happen in slavery days. Because the slave master would go with all the different sisters and have kids here, have kids there, have kids there, and abandon the kids. You know, because he never really care, you know what I mean? And after when the slavery business was taken away, it looked like the box carry on the tradition of thinking, you know, well, if the slave master could do it, I might as well carry on and have all these women and dropping kids and, you know what I mean. It's a similar thing I feel to what happened to the sisters, that nowadays most of the sisters in the Western world, or even in Africa I've noticed, have here that make them look like Europeans or Indian people. When you're not, your hair is natural wool in here, and we have 1,000 hairstyle in Africa, like I say, to nice up black women here. But because of when just like what happened to me when I was young as a boy, the girls, when they're growing up, they see their mother straightening out their hair and iron it out and making excuse that it's too hard and all that thing. So, you know, their auntie, everyone around them, their dolls, so naturally they end up doing the same thing because they think this was the right thing to do. Most of them. You know what I mean? Just like how most of the men end up being promiscuous, most of the girls end up being straightening their hair to look like European. But then I'm not saying that they're doing this intentionally. But if they really thought about it, about who they are, you can't know yourself who you are when you're doing such things to yourself. This is a serious matter, trust me. It's like if you should ever encounter Jaden, yeah, and just say to you, so what happened, daughter? Did you not love the way that I create you with your black wool in here, yeah? And your black skin, so you have to go and bleach to look like those, you know, those. There's nothing wrong with those people. Why do you want to look like them? Unless you think there was something wrong with you and your appearance, that you have to go to such drastic length then to alter yourself to look like somebody else. You see what I mean? So these things we have to confront within these times as to why we do these things to ourselves. You know? Is it because we think that something, like I say, something else is beautiful? You know what I mean? I know you recognize your ugly black self as beautiful and love your black self like how your black self is. That you decide now. I see a lot of blondes now, black blondes, you know. Man and woman black. The only black blonde we have in the bush here is albinos. So if I see a blonde albino, no problem, you know. But when you see a black bushman or a bushwoman, blonde up, thinking what is going on, you know, you go into all that lens to look like somebody else. But all these things happen when we are in the dark, when we do not know who we are. And when you do not know who you are, you cannot love yourself as who you are. You see what I mean? When you are in the dark, you must think your appearance is you. And you let them deceive you down there that beauty is an appearance of how someone look. You know, and you know that in reality that beauty fade away very quickly, like I tell you. And right now, cause I'm in the fire lion mood, like I tell you, even if God sent the most beautiful woman now on the planet, in this time she couldn't tempt me. I don't know about next year, maybe 2013, but in the 2012 year, she couldn't. Because right now I would just tell her, say, hey, you look very crisp, you are the most beautiful woman I ever see. But I know you're full of shit. Just like our man full of shit. So nobody, forget about your little beauty, because we have a job to do, yeah? You wait around until maybe next year when the fire lion has cool off of the fire. But right now, don't bother come with this like I am not a man who you can tempt, you know what I mean? Unless you know truth and rights. This is a time when the lion is talking. You see, instead of cause more time when a woman meet a man, she's meeting somebody now who is on some sexual energy. Well, I am not on no sexual energy when I'm meeting any woman now in the fire lion style in the 12. I am meeting you as my sister, you know, soul sister. You see what I mean? So that means I am dealing with the little children. Right up all till nearly the last better draw out of you. Old woman, young woman, all I want to be dealing with the same, you understand? The same fire, the same truth, the same everything. Cause you don't know how I respect women already. Cause I am a grandmother. I was brought up by my grandmother, you understand? Not by my mother and father. My grandmother, I learned all my feminine side from the woman, and I already had some male in me already. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I don't take no nonsense. I'm not taking no nonsense of women now. You have to shut your sexuality, right? When you come up against a real fire lion, you have to take second stage. Because sexuality is part of the contamination of what is going on the planet. You know what I mean? It is a weakness within the male side. Not only the male, but look like the female as well. We got some special weakness for that. That as soon as a woman, you know, like they say, Samson was the strongest man until Delilah find out the secret. You see? Woman again, and say, it's only a story still, Adam and Eve, same story again. But you can see how weak men are to the sexuality of women, right, even in today now. Can you see it all in the papers and everything, and how a woman can quickly become millionaire or whatever just by showing a breast or putting some implant, and man just goes stupid, you know? Him lose all sense. I like to say that men's brains, right, are in the balls. That's what I like to say. That's why most men, when I watch, just look at these idiots, you know, no? With the brains in them balls. But because they might own a building or drive a fancy car or something, you know? All these little women who think they're beautiful, who I tell you, you're all full of shit about beautiful. You know what I mean? You have no idea. Beauty is a thing that lies within. A woman can only be beautiful if she's living honestly and clean. Just like if a man can only be a man when he's living honestly. Any man who is not living honestly, you're not a blood clot man. Somebody tell you say he's a man. It's like my dad say he's 78. Yeah? But he's not 78, he's more like 8. So some man would think that they are big men. They're not big men, they are little boys. You can have a man all up him in 80 and he's not an old man, he's a little boy, because he's never learned anything. It's not an easy thing to be a man. You must think that just because you have balls and things that make you a man. No, my friend. Or a woman, you know. It's not your sexual organ that make you what you are. You know. It runs a lot deeper than that, you know what I mean? Like I say, to be a woman, man, you have to know how to live good. You have to understand what is right and correct. You have to be under the guidance of the terrible and dreadful God himself. That means you will understand the laws of the universe and how to live and share with your fellow human beings. If you are not doing that, nobody call yourself no woman. And the same thing goes for the one with the balls and thing, yeah? If you are not living honestly and truthful, you know what I mean, with the intention to share the one planet and the one universe with all who dwell in it, you are not no man. You have the potential to be one, but you're not a man. It must be those idiots, those people in the dark, you know, and you go to the gym and pump up yourself and you feel all much and say, yeah man, that's strong man. But those things don't make a man, you know. Macho-ness don't make a man. You come with your male terror, you know, all pump up and going on with yourself and, you know. No man. The only thing that can make a man is understanding of the laws of this universe that we're living in. And the only way you're going to understand these laws is to live good, is to love what is right and correct with a sincere heart. You see what I mean? Because don't forget, you know, others cannot see within you, but my master can. So can I as well. And when I say I can see within you, I can't, when I meet somebody, I can't see within them and I don't know what they're thinking, but I know what they are. And because I'm a fire lion, when I meet anyone and they start to talk, it doesn't take me long to figure out whether they have any sense or not either. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't take anyone who's awake long to figure out that somebody is in the dark. Because they always tell you by what they say, what come out of their mouth, the conversation that they have in. If you are skillful enough to read, they tell you, and they don't have to be telling you directly, but by the conversation that they're having with you, they will be telling you, oh yeah, I'm well in the dark down there. But someone being in the dark, yeah, the fire lion is not looking at anyone in the dark and thinking, oh yeah, I'm better than those who are in the dark. No, we are trying to release those from out of the dark. We was once in the dark as well. Anyone who is in the dark is my brother, ain't it? We're all human beings. So, you know, I'm not saying, oh, evil people are in the dark. I don't care even if they're evil, I want to release them from the dark. That's how I am. I've got my own... I don't know what God will do to them, you know what I mean? I am not God. I am a human like everybody else, full of shit like I say. I've got my own sentiment, and I have got a sentiment to save if I can. Because I haven't got the power, but through the speech, so that they could hear and wake up, to save anyone who is in the dark, anyone. You know what I mean? I don't know most people who are in the dark. That's why we're making a video so it could reach, so anyone who here could wake up and come out from out of the dark. You know what I mean? And let you know that it's easy to get out of the dark if you are sincere and honest. That is the way out. And if you don't get out of the dark, you're going to die in the dark, innit? And you end up on the next side living in darkness. That's not very pleasurable, you know what I mean? These who are enjoying themselves now, trust me. I always, like I say, and I have to repeat again, enjoy your enjoyment, because when you finish your enjoyment here, you ain't going to reap any, are you? Because you never plant enjoyment. You planted torment of other people's soul. Murder, I don't know why you play pedophile behavior and all kind of weird business. Whatever you plan to enjoy yourself while you was residing here on this planet, you know what I mean, and then have the audacity to think that you could get away with such matters. Anyone who is working in government high up there, like Prime Minister and heads of government, do you think you're going to get away with such things? Popes, deacon, priests, all you who are false pretending. How are you going to do it, my friend? I'm making appeal to you, the fire lion, right? I like to appeal to my fellow human beings. And and all the devils, all those who are doing devilism is my brother still. But I'm asking you from this side, you know, how are you going to get away with it? Eh? I tell you before now, because I know all the secret of the human soul. So I can tell you, like I tell you for lots of million, that you've been videoed. Yeah? For when you move on, you can't die. So why are you doing it then? Or did you not know this before? Surely there must have been, there was enough wise men who passed through before and tell you about God. Because I come here and read about enough wise men talking about God. So you hear the word. So you've decided then, as what they say, you are deciding that you are taking the mickey out of the universe then, or the laws within it. Aren't you? You're taking, like I say in England, you're taking the piss, aren't you? So you've decided then that, okay, this God or this intelligence that create this universe, right, is a joke. And me and my scientific friend are the real rulers. So you end up now, like I say, ruling and abusing and doing all these things. But forget about you. Those of you who are not involved up in the high evil, you've been deceived, yeah? And this is a chance for you to realize your own intelligence. These devils, right, have tried to convince you that there is no meaning in life. But trust me, there is meaning in life. We are living energies who cannot die. But you have to do things to find this out. Just like how you have to sow corn to get corn. So to understand what is right and correct within life, you have to live honestly. But because of society set up in a way where everyone have to be dishonest, you've been deceived by evil. So the people who you are thinking as good people are not good people. They are very, very evil. And I mean those who are the government, whether you find them in America, in China, in Britain, in wherever they are devils, satanic evil force. And this you must realize soon. You cannot let the blind lead you over an edge. You know what I mean? You have to stop giving praise to these kind of people. You know what I mean? They are what the fire lion is saying are the people who have to be removed. If there ever going to be any peace on this planet, you know, we have to destroy those kind of shits thing that they set up on this planet. Because you don't think that those people who call themselves American will ever bring justice to the planet. You cannot bring justice at the end of a gun killing and murdering people. You can't do it. It's only evil that would attempt something like that. So surely you're going to stop worshipping such evil. And all you people, just because they're... It's like in the days of slavery, you had some what they call field niggers. That's the term they would use for them. Those of us who are working out in the fields under the master's whip. Then you have a little one now who go and work in the house. So whenever any crumbs fall off the master's plate, he would get it. So now he started to think that he was important. So just because the slave master put this little Obama, because you know, due to the fact that he's one of the one that he breed, put him in at the head of the table now. All these field niggers now are getting all excited that one of them is sitting at the master's table. You know what I mean? But they don't realize that once he's at the master's table, he's just as evil as the master anyway, for the little privilege. You know, because anyhow we see any of them slaves running away, he's the one that goes, he go and tell master that they're planning to run away tonight. That's how the system, and that's the reason why, you know, they put Obama up there now, you know, to glass over the little evil. But under the quiet now, I am telling you this, how these things were, that in those days, slavery days, or even when I was a boy growing up in Jamaica, I know this, say the master have some oranges down there. He usually have a watchman to look over it, and it's usually a black man. Don't let him catch you going in there, trust me. He'll be worse than the master. If he catch him, take it personal, you know. Like it's, if the white man catch him, say, oh, go on. But if this one go and kill you. So when an Obama's watch now, you find that he's more dangerous. It's as if he's have to prove to the master, look, I'm capable of doing the job. You know what I mean? So he become doubly, like, that's why they say since he's coming to power now, he's flying more drone, killing more people, you know? And he's running after to Israel, like I say, promising Israel security. Brethren, why you never run to Africa and promise Africa security? And you don't do them things, you promise, as if you have any inheritance in Israel. But you have to do that in it, because you are only, like we say, a little stooge up front for the general evil that is running the planet. But you know, like how I'm a bad boy, because I've come to bring judgment to that evil. And to show that evil exactly what is going to happen to it. And exactly what I'm saying going to happen to all evil men, you know that's exactly what's going to happen to you in it. If you don't think it's true, go and consult your sorcerers. You have sorcerers? Yeah, sorcerers probably are idiot anyway. They cannot contend with the fire lion. But yeah, go and consult them, yeah? See if they know anything. Maybe they just been tricked. These sorcerers that you have in, right, the evil man, they've been tricking you. You want to kill all of them, you know you evil. Anyway, it's been a long reason. I just feel a drop of rain on my eyelids. You know what I mean? And I would like to continue the reasoning to Mr. Evil Man to go and consult his whoever is consulting about what is going to happen to him, and exactly like the fire lion is telling to you is going to happen to you. You cannot escape nothing within this. You can't do no evil within this universe and escape the judgment that is coming upon you. You know, because this universe is run by my master, the terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, the High General. And I am the fire lion. Well, here what we're going to do now. The fire lion, right, is going to fire out from the firehouse. And we'll meet on another reasoning, see? Fade out and fire out.